If you don't believe there is power in building your personal brand, this will change your mind. We're talking about Rihanna, a woman, a musician, entrepreneur that made a huge comeback in the halftime of the Super Bowl. And today we're discussing the power of personal branding using Rihanna as an example. So let's go. 17 years of work, 7 years of no stage presence, 5 years without releasing a new album, and in 13 minutes, Rihanna showed us the power of personal branding, of showing up, of sharing your story, of staying true to yourself. She said that the Super Bowl was about representation, and that's what she did. That's why today I want to show you 3 things that are important to know, to understand, to build a strong personal brand, and how Rihanna can teach us these tools. First thing I want to say is that a powerful personal brand doesn't happen by accident. It happens with consistency and purpose. And as you know, Rihanna is a huge star and a huge entrepreneur of Fenty Beauty, as we all know. But today what we're talking about is how she made this huge comeback and how none of this is an accident. She started this comeback in October with the song Lift Me Up. And then step by step, she went to different awards, different interviews, introducing herself again to this comeback. And then when we saw her in the Super Bowl, it was huge. The news, everything is that she's here, she's back. So what I'm saying with this, nothing happens by accident. This is strategy. It started in October, and now you're seeing the whole picture, and there's so much more to come. The second thing that I want to share is that powerful personal brand is about understanding yourself, your values, your experiences, and your story. Okay, so during this series of interviews that she was doing before the Super Bowl, there was one specific where she said, how does she stay grounded with all the fame? And she said, staying humble, by understanding who she is, by remembering where she came from, by remembering her family, her roots. And this is precisely as a CEO, entrepreneur, a creator that you need to remember. When you're building your brand, you need to understand where you came from, what is it you want, what is your purpose, what is your intention. And she said beautifully in these lines that she stayed humble, that she stayed true to herself. And this is how it starts. This is how you build your brand, by understanding who you are, by understanding what do you want to do and what is your purpose behind it all.
Stay humble, because if not, this industry will humble you one way or the other.
Third thing is, don't be afraid of sharing who you are. Don't be afraid of being controversial. Don't be afraid of not being liked by everyone. And it's exactly how Rihanna has showed up always. She doesn't care if you think less or think that she's whatever she is. She knows who she is. And in this clip, the interviewer asked her, how do you deal with not being so bossy, or that people think of you are bossy? And she answers, she doesn't care. She prefers for people to know that she knows what she's doing, that she wants to have control of different things because she knows what she wants. The clip is right over here. I'm going to play it for you, but I want you to really pay attention that her words are that she is staying true to herself. And if even some people don't like her, she knows that she's not for everyone. And as a CEO, entrepreneur, coach, I want you to remember this. While you're creating content, you cannot be thinking of how I'm going to be liked by this person, by that person, if people are going to agree with me or not. No, don't be afraid of being controversial. Be afraid of not being yourself. So let me play this clip for you.
I'm definitely not one that's worried about coming off too bossy. I've been bossy all my life. Ever since I was a little girl, I promise you this.
I know I said 3, but I needed to add these details to the list of the 3 things that you need to pay attention to build a powerful personal brand. So during the Super Bowl, several things happened. One, as you can notice, she announced that she was pregnant, which is incredible, and she is an announcement of she's coming back, and she's also giving birth to another baby, and she's representing not only herself, but the woman that can work and can have babies at the same time. So this is an incredible representation. Second thing, as you can see, is that she was red and her dancers were white. She was working along with Apple Music, and that's the color of the logo. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it's not, but it was great to watch. Another thing is when she introduced her product, Fenty Beauty, for just a little moment, just retouching her face, that says a lot because she's representing Fenty Beauty, Super Bowl, herself, and that diversity that her product represents. And finally, all the little clips, trailers that she introduced before the Super Bowl itself said a lot about her Fenty's beauty purpose, about her own purpose, and what she wanted to represent in the Super Bowl. So yes, this is a great example of how connecting your story to your values can make a huge difference and can make you unforgettable. So I hope this story helped you. I hope Rihanna's story inspired you and how her comeback, it has been unforgettable. And I hope you as an entrepreneur, coach, CEO can understand the value of personal branding. If you have anyone else that you want me to share, to talk about, let me know right here below. Thank you so much.